Hi everybody, it's Julie. Happy Scraptastic Saturday. Today we are going to tackle some fabric scraps. So first I have some things that I've already made to show you, starting with way back when we were doing the Golden Book journal, the kitty cat one. I made this. So there is a video, and I took it was a slip. Remember when I was using the slip? And I added lace onto it, and then I stitched it on there. Okay? So we have that. So we have it with the lace pieces. You can see here I've also done it on this dark piece. Okay, so these are pretty good size scraps. They are strips, and then we sewed them together. And then what we did, if you go back and you watch the video, so you sew the strips together, then you cut the strips this way, a little bit bigger than they are this way. Okay, so however big the strips are this way, you're going to cut them that far that way. So you have room for a seam allowance, and you are able to make like this. Okay, now yeah, so there is a patchwork made out of the strips, and let's see what size I had. Okay, so two and a half inch strips, and I did have them sewn. I cut them at, right there. I had this put away, and I was like, oh well, let's show how to make that. Okay, so strips sewn together, then cut, then sewn together. And you will see we made several things for that, the kitty cat Golden Book journal. I'll put the playlist for that in the description box down below. Let's write that down. Kitty cat playlist. Kitty Golden Book playlist. Okay? Yeah. Okay, so the next thing I have for you is you might have some wonderful squares, okay, that have great scraps, okay, have great florals, have great pictures, have fun, beautiful things. Okay, so especially if you've picked up things like at a yard sale, stuff like that, it's a possibility that you have squares that, they might not have the whole picture. And so one of the things that I like to do is go through and cut the images out. Okay, so going through and cutting the images out, and then I'm able to use these just like they were paper, just with a fabric adhesive, and be able to use them throughout my journal. Okay, we're going to be making a couple things with those because I can put those in my purple. Okay, so another one of the things that I like to do is I have these, people give me stuff, you guys, and one of the things I get sometimes is these quilting kits, and I've also gotten them at yard sales and things. And so with these squares, there's so many things you can just go ahead and glue them down. But one of the things that I like to do is to make a little border Okay, so say for a fall journal, and then we can stitch it down, or we can just go ahead and sew it. I'm going to go ahead and sew it. I'm going to use the fabric glue and put it down because some of you might not have access to a sewing machine. So just going ahead and waiting for the glue to come. There we go. Okay, so putting that on. So we are going to be making a flip, and that is for our collab. Today is day number 6, and the prompt is a flip. So we will be doing that. That is for the Base Pages collab, and that is hosted by Paper Terrace. Okay, so I've got some lace right here, and I'm going to go ahead and take this piece of lace and add it to the page also, and I will have a page ready for a fall journal. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead now. I mean, you can have several of these ready, boom, 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 and sew them. Okay, so you can go ahead and have your stack and just line them up and sew them. If that's something that you would like to see, is how I do multi sewing. So mass make sewing. Let me know when this video is over. Let me know that you would like to know about mass make. Now, the thing about this is you're heavy. Okay, you're heavy, so you're probably gonna want to add something that's gonna give you some structure to this paper. But there you go, you've got this. You can use this to hold something in here. Okay, it can be used to hold something, and kind of like a paper clip. Okay, but there you go. Again, you can also stitch it, and that is really, really cool. Okay, so one of the other things that I like to do for my journals is I like to let's see. Okay, if we go ahead and we give one, let's see, 2. I was going to have these all set up so that I could just go 1, 2, 3. Oh, this one is folded. I was thinking the strip. I don't know if it's gonna, we'll check and see how close to straight they had cut this. Okay, pretty close. Okay, let's go ahead and we'll turn this over. Have you gotten any really good news lately that just made you want to jump up and down? Right before I got on this video, I got some news that just made me want to jump up and down, and my brain keeps going back there. God is good. mean, it's there's stuff about it that's not so good, but the news that I got was good. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and, you know what, let's start with this one down here. Okay, so fabric on a file folder, one of my favorite things. I don't do it very often just because see the way the fabric comes up and stuff, gives me anxiety a little bit. So okay, so this one has the tiny pinking shears. So I am going to leave that little bit of area around it. So have you had good news lately? I am just so grateful. Okay, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's almost as tall as my journal. I'm just gonna cut it and cut across. Okay, so that can give me a large tag. Okay, and oh, we'll go ahead and cut this. Of course, we could go ahead and give it a pocket, because the big thing is we're trying not to make more scraps, right? Whether paper or other. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put this down, and this gives me a large tag to put in my, whoop, I totally missed that. Okay. Okay, so adding your squares on, and then you could go ahead and you could make smaller squares, add your smaller squares in. I have some canvas that I have. Okay, you remember that slip I showed you earlier? Well, I had cut strips out of it and I stamped on the strips. Okay, so I have a little fox and a little owl. Fox, owl, there's a bunny also, but I guess I don't have any of the bunnies left here. Okay, but so yeah, so same thing, strip, and I have ripped the strip and frayed the edges, and then I have this awesome square that I can use. Okay, so again, this was a slip. It was under one of the dresses, I think, or this one might have been just the slip, like it was an actual slip, but it was really thin cotton. Okay, so what do you think? What do you think? I really like this. Okay, so I don't know if I have any bunnies. I did just find some more of this slip, so maybe I can make some. Okay. So stamping, I like to use the Stays On ink usually when I'm stamping. Okay, so that's going to give me a great tag. So another thing, I love this part of fabric. Now, I'm going to save this for my Raggedy Ann and Andy journal because it has the numbers in it. The book that I'm using to make the kit is numbers. So I am going to save that, and yeah. But then we can go ahead and do all the things that you would do to a tag. So, you know, whether it be adding an antique ribbon closure, or a, you know, a tassel to the top, all those things. Again, your tassel-y things for the tops of your journals, those are awesome to be able to be made out of scraps. Okay, so this one we could go ahead and wait for it. Okay, so so I don't want him to come in the way of the fox. Again, I put the fabric tack down and I am gathering it. Okay. Okay, and we used this lace before on another piece, so we can go ahead and put some of this lace down using the gobbledygook. Did I remember to say welcome to the messy desk? And we will be making a flip also, okay? But we want some okay. So for my fall, I have this page made out of a scrap, and I have this large tag with a pocket also made out of a scrap. Now this, what we did here, you could do and make a pocket, your journaling cards, a tuck space, all of the things can be done and made in that way. So another thing that I think would be cool with the strip, okay, so we have this little piece. I'm going to go ahead and fold this over. So again, I'm using scrap papers as well as the scrappy fabrics, okay? And this one, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put the large side on the outside of this, and let's see, I'm going to go ahead and add the lace on the inside. We'll go ahead and use the fabric tack. I like to use fabric tack for the paper clips because of the gel, and it goes around the paper clip, and usually you don't see the outline of the paper clip like you do on a regular one. I do also want to add some lace in here. It looks like I have glue close enough to that edge. Oop. So I hope you're all having a wonderful, wonderful weekend. What are you doing for the weekend? We have, what was it Tom said? Lawns and laundry? Lawns and laundry is what is on our list. Okay, so I have this here, and I'm going to go ahead and cut that down. Come in. Okay, and we'll just put this on here like a little frame. I just remembered the good news again, you guys. And it's private. I can't share it, but I can share that God is good and I got good news. Okay, so there's that, and he would be cute on there, but he's too big. He's too big. Same with that one. Okay, but you know what? You can get this ready, and when you're actually making your journal, then you can add the other pieces. But this is a paper clip, and we'll be able to add that to this set of items ready for a fall journal. Okay. Okay, so we have these fun little goodies here, and you could make a little envelope. Okay, you can make a pocket. Okay, so I'm gonna try this. This is supposed to work on fabric. Okay, so I'm going to go down and whoop and across. Okay. Do I want that leaf to go? Yeah, I want it on the side. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and put this on. Okay, and we have made a sleeping bag pocket that we're going to be able to put a little card in. Okay, sleeping bag pocket, just like that. Sleeping bag pocket. And again, you'll be able to come in if you wanted to and put your little animal on there. I think we'll do that owl. No, yeah. Oh, he's bigger. We'll do the fox because he's tinier. Okay, this time I'm going to put it on here. Okay, so a sleeping bag pocket. You can make it, you know, with your bigger square. I'll show you that in just a moment. Okay. Okay, now for that you want to put plastic in here or something in here just in case your glue comes through. But there I have that. Now for going to go ahead and add the little hole. We have a little scrap. We also have the lace. And this lace is cool. We can cut it down, okay? So do you have okay, any day now. Okay, there. See if we can get that to go through the hole. Through the hole. Okay, we did. We did. Okay, it's just a tiny scrap. Just a tiny scrap. But look at, we can have a really cool little scrappy top. Okay? Scrappy top. One of my favorites. There we go. Okay, scrappy top for the sleeping bag pocket. Okay, scrappy top for the sleeping bag pocket. Okay, so next, how long is this? Oh, perfect. It's 10 inches. I am going to want to cut this into smaller pieces. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okie dokie. I've used oh, the other thing is this is a ruffle scrap, okay, and this is from that skirt, and I've used all of this, ripping it for all those things, and it had this gathered area, and I kept the gathered area to be able to use for something. Okay, so one of the other things I like to do is I like to make a scrappy, okay, these are really long, so let's see. And we are going to do a flip here and just a couple, okay? Okay, so there's that. We're going to go ahead and go 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. We'll see if I can. Okay, so there gives me some white pieces. And you probably know what I'm going to make here. So next I have, you guys have been watching me use my mom's scarf. And so I've been bunching it up. And I'm just, because I want some of this color. Okay, so bunching it up and just giving it a cut. Bunching it up and giving it a cut. Okay. So we can fluff this into a ruffle We're just going to go ahead and fold it in half and cut it this time. But a fluffy tassel is something you can definitely make out of scraps. And then if you have scrap pieces of the lace, that would be awesome. So these are both from Dollar Tree, and I was like, I don't know. I think it's gonna match that color better. That one was from the last grabby that I got. Okay, we're gonna put a couple of pieces of lace in here. Can cut them down smaller if you want. To be careful what I put on the ground, you guys. Wiley steals things. Wiley is my dog. Wiley has started, she steals things. So I have a pop top can that could hold it. That might actually be kind of cool. These are from bottles, the rings around a bottle. I do like to use recycled, reuse items. So we're going to go ahead and remake this. Okay. Trying to make it stay longer. Okay. Pulling it, sometimes you can get it to stay. Sometimes not. Okay, and we have another lace. Okay. So this is from a Spam can. We have a fluffy tassel, is what I call these. They're pretty fluffy, aren't they? Okay, I'm looking for my gold. I don't see. Oh, you know what? Can add a couple. I'm gonna add this, maybe. It just gives it a sparkle. I like sparkle. Okay, and I'm gonna, oh, I've got this one that I'm trying to use up anyway. So this is wired. So I'm gonna grab around this and then go around it a couple of times So you get that nice piece across the neck. You can make angels out of these. They would be really cool. Okay. Okay, look at there. Okay, so we have a scrappy tassel, and I will need to go ahead and pull out my pliers and dull that, but there, I think that'll be really pretty with something, with maybe with the, it does match. Okay. So the other thing I have is this fun little bag that was a treat bag for my niece's baby shower. And I'm gonna go ahead and, you could put a bow. I was thinking about putting a bow on the thing. If you had this that was already fluffy, because I'm thinking that this can go ahead and, well, you know what, we'll save this for another day. Sorry about that. I just teased you with that. Okay, so the purple. Now remember, I have the purple, I have a purple piece here, okay? And okay, so let's see. Okay, let's say you wanted to make one of those, the little bag, the little sleeping bag pocket, okay? So there we go, we've got that. I'm gonna go ahead and put lace down first here. I'm shaking. Well, okay, so I'm gonna have the lace go up, the pretty part, the lace go up, because that butterfly, I don't want to lose any more of that butterfly. That's why. Okay, so there's that. We'll go ahead and cut that. And then we're going to use this one. Okay, because it doesn't have a lot of lavender on that piece, but it does match. Okay. We're going to go ahead and go around. Okay, then we've got the butterfly, the lace. Okay, we're just going to lay that on here. Okay, and now we have a sleeping bag pocket. Okay, hooray for a sleeping bag pocket. Okay, so something can go in here, and yes, it's not as deep as it looks because we've used the top part. Okay, and then you just go ahead and put this in, and you've got, it's like a library pocket. However, remember, you're going to be short. Okay, but I like that. I think that that will be fun for a purple thing. Okay, then let's see. Where's our other, oh, that's right, we flipped it up, right? We flipped it up. Okay, so let's go ahead. And if you have larger scraps, but maybe they're not big enough to add to a journal, like this one, okay? Oh. We have tomatoes, you guys, that are ripe. I have had to go and get them before the squirrels get them. Did you see what I did here? I double cut that. Oh well. Okay, so we've made this so it can go like that. And I always seem to need purple stuff. I've been making purple journals, and so when I was going through my fabric, because I'm gonna have a fabrics and a fabric sale, and I'm gonna have a wallpaper. It's mostly wallpaper borders and some pieces of wallpaper, but the wallpaper borders are they're big. They're not just little. Some of them are little, but okay. You go ahead and put that down. We just covered a tag. Pull out the fabric scissors is much easier. Okay, now if you want to have a how to use tiny scraps, then make sure you tell me in the comments after the video premieres that you want to see fabric scraps, or what kind of scraps would you like to see me use. I asked yesterday about strips. That's one that people have asked for. Okay, so now remember, I cut this out of one of these pieces, and so I have this, and I have this that has been cut out of this. Now this could come down here, and it could be like a little tuck. I'm gonna clean it up a little bit. Try not to cut that other little bird. There's a little tiny bird down here. This would be great with stitching around it. And I still might stitch these, you guys. Okay, so we'll put that. Let's pull it up away from the edge a little. You know what? It's not going to be a pocket. It'd be kind of small. So we'll go, I mean, it does open up, so I don't think we need to do the pocket thing since it does open up. And then I think we'll have this come across. Could come here, or it could go on a second one. What do you think? I think on a second one. Okay, so we'd have this one. Okay, remember we cut that piece out of one of those, and the tag is a flip up tag, so we can do all of our regular embellishing to this. You can fray it if you want to or not. The strings drive me crazy. It's a thanks to my grandma, who was always cutting strings off of us. So I don't. You know what? I'm just gonna put this on this fabric and it will be ready, okay? And that's okay. So cutting pieces out of your fabric, and of course you can use like the bonding things and stuff and an iron and bond them to your okay. I'm gonna wish this was ironed. Sometimes you can straighten it out with your fingernail. Okay, but there we go. That can go with my purple. So we've got this, and we have this that will be able to go in with the purple. So we did a sleeping bag pocket. We did a fabric covered file card, and I probably will go ahead and go around this with the stitching. I just think that that is going to look so much better. And then what do I want to do about, okay, we've got this. Let's do this. So we'll add a ruffle fluff. A ruffle fluff. Okay. So for right now, we'll put that in our little, no, put that under. Okay, so all these, and these are going together. Okay, now another thing is, remember, if you have fabric, you can go ahead and embroider on your little fabric pieces. You can add your flowers right on top of your fabric pieces. Okay, so if you wanted to put little flowers across, you can do that. But all the things to make things pretty. Okay, we'll put that back up there. Okay, so we're going to make a flip, and so this is going to be for my journal that we are making. Okay, so this is day 6, and I'm gonna want kind of a plain page, but I think I want it to be kind of thick. Okay, so I'm thinking this might be a good page for this. Now, I don't know if you saw earlier, but I have some fabric pieces. These are from a journal that I made quite a while ago, but I think this piece would actually look really good in the journal that I'm making for my challenge journal. Of course I have the fabric also already coffee dyed. Okay, so a flip, and I want to use the bag, but we're going to use a scrap. Okay, this, I keep getting mixed up with which journal this is for. Okay, so I have this scrap. Okay, I have that. We're gonna build a flip. If you saw yesterday's video, I built a what was it I built yesterday? I built a pocket. Today we're gonna build a flip. So I have these pieces. I have so many of. This is the never-ending fabric, we call it here. I have so much of this. It was a couple of quilt pieces. Okay, so this we're gonna pull off. Okay, we'll just put these two on top of each other. Okay, we're gonna try the fingernail down the fold, see if we can get it to straighten out. It worked, sort of. Okay, so we're gonna put those two pieces together, and that's gonna build the main part of our fabric flip. Okay, main part of our fabric flip. And we've been using animals in here. So animal, okay, there's that. And then I'm going to go ahead and put this on here to kind of bring the whole shebang together. Just putting this right on top of it, patchworky idea. Okay. And then we've got this. Do I want it on the top or on the bottom? I think I'll go across the bottom. Okay. So this is from that skirt. And you can go ahead and ruffle your scraps as well. Okay, so I'm gonna want this to come up, and I'm going to go ahead and okay, we're gonna go in here, and this is where I put my digitals that we haven't used yet. Okay, so I have her. And I have this one that we haven't used yet. That was last week's Freebie Friday. I love fabric flips. Now, if you watch my video, I have a video coming this week, and I did a really cool flip, a couple of them, okay, using Dad's Bank envelope. So when you see the video for Dad's Bank envelope folio, I did a cool flip in there that was different, and so I hope you'll check that out. Again, it'll be the day we do Dad's Bank envelope folio. Okay, this was Friday freebie from 712 Pets, and she's got her little pet in the box there. We're going to go ahead and, I mean, how simple. We're just going to go ahead and collage this. So build a flip. Okay, so my original flip was not going to be big enough. So I went ahead and I built a flip. We're going to go ahead and come across with this. Okay, and then we're going to come across again. And, oh, you know what? Let's use this one. This is the one from side to side. Okay, then we have scraps. Okay, you got scrap ribbon, I got scrap ribbon. These are these are from, okay, this one. You know what? I'm going to use this one. I think the words will look cool, and we'll save this one. These are the little strappy things that hold your little strappy dresses and blouses on the hanger until you decide to take them off. And so I'm going to do antique ribbon technique, one of my favorite things to do when I can find my crocodile. And yes, this is the messy desk, so welcome to the messy desk. And so the really cool thing about the crocodile is it will go through all the things I have on here. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and get that hole started, come over next to it and do another one. Okay. Put this where it goes. Okay, well, we've got holes. Okay, so we're going to use this one. Again, taking my fingernail to straighten it out. And we are going to do the tie, which is threading it through the hole. Let's go ahead and use a large needle. Yeah, sure. There we go. Okay, so we're going to go through the hole. Now remember, I want these words to be in the right direction. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this. Okay, pull that. Then I'm going to go ahead and put this through. And I'm going to hold this down and I'm going to watch. I want to make sure that, there we go, came through. Okay, see, like that. Okay, then I'm gonna turn it around. Okay. We'll go back under. I had it right. Because I want the words in the right direction if I can. Oh, they're going to be upside down. So we'll just have the whole thing be upside down instead of the words upside down. Okay. So I'm going to pull this back through because I want it to the edge. Okay. Okay. Pull. Then have it come through. Okay. So this is, we call this one the tie. Go. There are 6 antique ribbon techniques, and I found them I purchased a bunch of antique and vintage cards, and several of them used these ribbon techniques. So I dissected the ribbon techniques so that we could use them. And then sometimes I do need to go ahead and put it down. Sometimes it will be fine to just leave it. But I love that. I love that with those words on there. Okay, so the other thing that I like to do with a flip is to add scrappy notes underneath it. Okay, so we used scrap, 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 scrap. Lots of scraps here, okay? Now we're going to go ahead and add scrappy notes. So I'll tell you what. So what I did is adding a hinge here and a flip that comes down, okay? So, but I want to use this for the fall. I don't want to use it in this journal, okay? So we're going to want some scrappy. So this is last week's Freebie Friday. So if you did not see last week's, that's what. Okay. You know what I'm going to do? Okay, so I have some scrappy scraps here. I have this note paper. And one of the things I like to do sometimes is when I have something that's got a cool edge on it that I can use underneath to kind of frame. And so I am going to do that. We'll go ahead and so I've also done things like put a pocket under here, a belly band that held something. Today I have this really cool paper. It's got a rip. But if we this is just like what's on the front. cover up the rip. This piece of lace. Okay, now this is going to be, it's going to go like this. Okay, but then we lose the birdie there. We lose the birdie. Go ahead and fold that, give it a hinge. I kind of like the idea of it coming out from underneath there. We'll use this because then we don't need to have another another scrap, right? Put that in. Okay, this was a freebie Friday from a long time ago. And we'll go ahead. I like to add a couple of just regular notebook papers, and the thing about regular notebook papers, we call it a stack-a-note, is what we call this when we're stacking underneath, especially when we stack the same thing. That's what I call them. Okay, there we go. Put that right in there, line it up. Up. Okay. Okay, so you've got that little goodie coming out. Flip up, flip up, flip up, flip up, flip up, and in the back. Have a notebook. Why not? Okay, so we're gonna make this a flip-flop, but it's not gonna attach to it. It's just gonna attach to the back. So this is the fold that we use to make a flip-flop. And go. There you go. Now this one, I might want a paper clip on this one, and so I'm gonna go ahead and grab a peach paper clip. Okay, and then let's see, from Friday's freebie, I have the Dear Julie Julie, because this is my idea. So when it's my idea in here, I want to put my name, and when it's someone else's idea, I want to put their name. Okay, so this was day 6. Okay, so you have flip, 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 and flip, flop. Okay, Okay, we'll put this. Okay, we want something that says day 6. I don't know if I can write on this washi. Let's try this. Day 6 flip. Okay. 7 20 24. Okay, there you go. That is my flip idea. And so do check out the base pages, or hashtag base pages PT, and that is where you're going to find all of the people participating. You'll find the creators there. And so yeah, so make sure that you comment on their video and like, and let me know what you guys think. And if you are following along and you are making things, please put them in the crafty community and tell us what you made. So yesterday I made the door, okay, with the Friday freebie. So I made day 5 door, and then this is my day 6 flip. So yeah, and we called it a build a flip because my original flip scrap was not big enough. And so I added the second piece, and then to hold them together and to give it, make it strong, I added this piece of fabric. And then this is from last week's Friday freebie, digital. And these go with the pet rescue digital that's in the DearJulieJulie Etsy shop. We're just trying to add some extra dogs, and then hopefully we'll have a couple cats coming up, and we'll be able to finish our pet rescue journals. Remember, this is the antique ribbon closure. There's a video with 6, there's several videos, but there's one mentioned in the description box down below that shows you how to make the 6 antique ribbon closures. This is my favorite. It's easy, and it looks really nice. So yeah, there you go. There you go. We have our Scraptastic flip, and then we have all of these scrappy things. So we did the sleeping bag pocket, and we did where we cut out from the fabric and put it onto another piece of fabric. And we made a tag with another one of the pieces where we cut off a piece and put it on there. And then for the fall set, using scraps of fabric today, we made a fluffy tassel. We made a mini sleeping bag pocket. Okay, and then I told you that I had ripped up that slip and stamped on the pieces, and I ripped it and ripped it and ripped it, and so then it frayed. And so we have the little fox. We did make a little paper clip out of the piece that I had cut off, and then from the squares we added 3 squares and the strip, and we have the large tag, and added one of the squares up here for the little topper. And then we have the fox and we have the owl. If I find the bunny, I'll put the bunny in here. And then rather than have another scrap, we went ahead and made a pocket, so it's a tag with a job. And the first thing we did was adding those squares right onto the edge of this. Now, if you had scraps that were not square, you could still add them, you know, little pieces down the edge. And of course, you can always make a snippet. We've done that several times. If you want to see snippet ideas, you can search DearJulieJulie snippet, and made some pretty interesting ones, some pretty cool ones, and pretty much out of scraps there also. Okay, so there we go. I hope you guys got some ideas, some inspiration for going out there and working on your scrappy journey. And yeah, I had a great time, and I'm excited to have got day 6 done. And so watch for other days as I catch up with getting the videos put out there for you to see. Find something to celebrate every day. Have an amazing day. Yesterday's video, there's 3 parts. Part 1, part 2, part 3. Part 2 is really short. Something happened. I don't remember. Oh, phone call. We were interrupted, I believe. So yeah, there you go. If you are new here, thank you so much for being here. Remember, we have a premiere every day, which means that we have a video with a live chat Monday through Saturday at 10:30 Pacific Standard Time. So make sure that if you're here, you come in and you say hello. We'd love to say hi. And that's Lucy, and she thinks it's time to eat. So see if she's not coming. She's gonna sit right by the door and scream at me. Have an amazing day, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Bye-bye. I gotta clean up this mess.